Okay, so welcome. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce some other topics and do an example. And the two concepts are the idea of perimeter and area of a circle. Now, circumference. Circumference is just the perimeter of a circle. Okay, so remember, perimeter is just the distance around a shape, in this case a circle. Okay, so we call that circumference. So when you hear circumference, just think it's the perimeter of a circle, the distance around a circle. Okay, how do we calculate that? Well, we can use C equals 2 pi r, so we usually use C for circumference in this case. So it's 2 times pi times r, or you can use pi d, where d is the diameter, r is the radius. So remember, the diameter is twice the radius. Okay, because the radius goes from the center out to a point on the circle, the diameter goes from one point on the circle to the other point and passes through the center. So if you double the radius, you get the diameter. Okay, so you can use either one of these formulas depending on what the problem gives you. If they give you diameter, you can use this one. If they give you radius, use this one. Okay, so area for a circle is pi r squared. Now you can use an approximation, but I would use your pi key on your calculator. So every calculator nowadays, and yours should have one, is they have a pi key. So look for the symbol pi on your key, and this will be a much more accurate calculation. So don't try to use the approximation 3.14156 or 159 and or 3.14 or something like that. Okay, use your pi key. Okay, now here's an example. It says here a circular oil spill has a diameter of 2.4 kilometers. It is to be enclosed by special flexible tubing. What is the area of the spill and how long must the tubing be? First of all, you got to understand the problem of what's going on, right? We have a circular spill. Draw a picture, right? So we have a circular spill and we want to enclose it with some tubing, right? So we want the area of the circle, okay? And we're given the diameter of this circular spill of 2.4 kilometers. So first of all, you have to understand what's going on here and the fact that how are we going to solve this problem? Well, in order to solve the problem, you got to know what relationship we need. So they want area. It's a circular shape. So we want the area of the spill. So we're going to have to use this formula. Okay? But the formula uses radius, not diameter. So we're going to have to take the diameter and cut it in half to get the radius. Okay? And then they want the tubing. How long must the tubing be? Well, the tubing must go around the spill, which is circumference. So we're going to need to know how to calculate circumference as well. So let's calculate the area of the spill first. So the area, which is pi r squared, is going to be pi times the radius, which in this case is half of that. So it's going to be 1.2 squared. Which in this case is going to be what? 1.2 squared is going to be 1.44 pi kilometers squared. Now, you could write it as 1.44 pi, or you can go to your calculator and approximate it to the nearest tenth of a kilometer. Okay, I don't have my calculator. My calculator actually is dead, but go ahead and calculate. I'm going to go ahead and write down the answer. The answer is approximately 7.5 square kilometers. Okay, verify that in your calculator. Now, what about the tubing? How much tubing do we need? Well, that's going to be circumference. That's going to be what? Pi times d. So that's going to be, what's the diameter? 2.4. So it's going to be 2.4 times pi. And so what's 2.4 times pi? Well, again, use your calculator. Oh, hold on a second. I got this wrong. I looked at the wrong number. That's not 7.5. That's 4.5. 4.5 kilometers. This is 7.5 kilometers. Okay, so a couple other things to notice. Units. Notice this is area. So you want to make sure your units are squared units. So in this case, it's square kilometers. And then circumference is the distance around. It's a length, right? So it's one-dimensional. So you're going to have just units. So it's 7.5 kilometers. And that's it. Have a great day.